Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I don't know if I've ever fully introduced my channel. I don't know, I can't remember. I've made so many videos, deleted them, posted, delete, whatever. But the name of my channel is Art Girl Blue TV. It's taken from my Instagram name, which is Art Girl Blue 32. And it's just basically me expressing my art. I'm a girly girl, and one of my favorite colors is blue. So that's the name of the channel. My name is Maria. So yeah, so welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time clicking on my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so y'all, today I'm really excited. I am going to be reviewing two new products. I have here the Uoma Trippin Smooth setting powder. Look at that packaging, it's really pretty. This is their talc free setting powder. I have the shade Rich Tan. And then we're going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour bronzer. This is in the shade 500. So yeah, so I'm excited to be using these two products today. If you saw my last haul, I think it's when I did my Amazon Prime Day and Nordstrom haul, I told you guys that I had picked these up and I was going to be dedicating a separate video for each product. But y'all, the one thing I'm lacking on is time. I do not have the time to do the videos like I want to do them or like I envision. So today, since there are two different types of products, I thought it would be, just smart, I guess, to do them in one video. But we're going to talk about each item individually. So what I want to go ahead and do, it is really warm today, you guys. I have the air conditioner on. I have my fan here, and I have a ceiling fan on, and I still see myself starting to sweat. So I hope that is not going to be a problem as I continue with the video. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, what I've done for skincare so far, I washed and exfoliated and shaved my face today. And then I have on an eye cream, and then I have on a serum for my moisture and hydration. So I'm going to go in with my Milk Hydro Grip to prime my face for makeup today. Oh, I think I put a little bit too much, but that's all right because I'm typically very light-handed when it comes to y'all, I put a lot. I typically go light-handed with the primer, but today I went a little ham. Okay guys, all right guys, so the Hydro Grip has kind of dried down, tacked down, and today for foundation, we're going to be using the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I'm going to show you guys something just to be fully transparent. This is the way the foundation looks. Come on. So this is how this foundation looks. I just have this sitting. I have not used this foundation, and in a good little minute since maybe my last video or whatever, and it has not dirty that is. I don't know how it gets like that. I really don't know.
So look at the top of it. I'm not sure how this is happening with me, just I don't know, but I just wanted to show you guys that.
Focus today. And I'm using the shade Marquises. Alright, so I have my foundation on, and y'all, I will say, even though I felt like I put too much of the Milk primer, Hydro Grip primer on, but I really like how my foundation, I guess, connected with the primer. It provided for a really, really smooth application, and I love the way it looks. It almost dried it down, because usually I feel like sometimes when I don't use enough primer, my foundation stays wet longer, but this, I don't know, it just dried it down really nicely, and I like it. So we're going to go in now with the with my Lancome Tint Idol full coverage concealer. This is the shade 495. It is my complexion shade, and I am going to use that, but I'm also going to go in with a highlighting shade as well. And I'm going to go ahead and use my brush to blend this out, starting on my eyelids. Yeah, I don't know if it's that Hydro Grip or what, but everything seems like it is just really drying down fast today. And I've used these products together a million times, but like I said, I typically go light on the primer. But today, oh, that looks really, really good. That looks good. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade of the concealer. And this is the shade 460, still with the Lancome full coverage. Okay, I just have to say again, everything is dry. This Lancome concealer never really dried down, but it is drying down, y'all. I think I put too much of the Milk Hydro Grip on. I mean, y'all probably don't even realize I accidentally put a lot on, and it is, everything on my face is drying down. Oh my God. All right, so I have my concealer on, but guys, I'm just a little shocked and confused at how that Milk Hydro Grip is just making everything just suck up. That's what it's doing. So everything is drying down really quickly. I'm a little bit worried about the powder, because this powder is supposed to be a very mattifying powder. So, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. All right, so here is the packaging. And it's this, you get fingerprints on it, but it's this nice silver packaging. It feels very light, it's not heavy at all. So what's making this powder so unique is the packaging. This right here, so you see a little bit of the powder in here, and how you get to the powder is that you have to turn. So I'm gonna try to do this. I don't know how to. You turn it and you see the powder deposits into this little section in here. Now this is the shade Rich Tan. This powder has 4 shades. It has a light, honey, rich tan, and then there's a dark or deep. A little bit of deets about this powder. It's by the brand Uoma, which is a black owned brand, I want to say woman owned brand. This is their Trippin Smooth powder. It's supposed to be so smooth you'll think you're tripping. It is talc free, and we know right now talc free is the buzzword in the beauty industry when it comes to powders. And if you really, you know, people might say, well, why talc free? Why are they mentioning that? And I think it's because, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Johnson & Johnson. A few years ago, they had a lot of lawsuits. They had a lot of lawsuits against them because of the ingredient talc in their baby powder. For some women, it caused ovarian cancer, and they had a class action lawsuit. So right now, Johnson & Johnson is not using talc in its baby powder anymore. It's using cornstarch. So I see a lot of makeup brands kind of going that way as well, taking the talc out and using either cornstarch, mica, silica. Some use rice powder. Yeah, so it's so many other ingredients you can use besides talc, but talc is one of the main ingredients in a lot of makeup products. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead, because I keep talking and I don't want my under eyes to crease. So we're gonna go ahead and see if this is Trippin smooth. Now I reach down into here and I have this much on the sponge. I'm gonna pat just a little bit of it off because we don't want to do too much. Try to get my mirror here. All right, so let's go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? So I didn't know if I should get the deep tan or the honey. I didn't get the honey because I already have honey with the Laura Mercier. I'm just going to go up here on my eyelids. And so I went with the rich tan because I felt like it was the color of my complexion and I could use it to set my entire face with it. So that's without the powder, that is with the powder. Y'all, that looks flawless. Can we say flawless? Flawless. Oh my God. Now I'm looking at it in the mirror here, and it almost makes my skin look too dry, which is what I was afraid of. But looking at it in the mirror, I mean in the viewfinder, it looks really nice. But it's very matte, very, very matte. And that's me setting it with the sponge. So I'm going to go ahead and set this side over here, but I'm going to use a brush. So I'm going to use this, I guess I call it like a cat paw brush. And we're going to go in and set with this. So I still have a lot of powder left in here that I'm just, and I'm tapping a lot of it off. A lot of it is just going back in here. This is very, I guess, finely milled, and it is flying everywhere. Now I'm only putting this where I put the concealer. y'all, this is a very mattifying powder. So now I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna set the rest of my face with my Kosas Cloud Bake Setting Powder in the shade Silky. And this is also a talc-free powder. And I apologize that I can't show you guys the container because, like I said, I dropped it. It cracked. This is a pressed powder, but because I dropped it and it cracked, it is now a loose powder. But it still works all the same. All right, so I have the rest of my face set. So one thing about the Uoma Trippin Smooth Powder, it says that you can bake. So I know the shade that I have is not really a baking shade, but I want to see if I can chisel out my jawline with this and how it works. And I'm using a powder puff to do that. This powder is super, super smooth. It almost feels like you're not putting anything on your face. Oh, cause I don't know how this is gonna work out, you guys. But I'm gonna put some up here. I'm gonna come down my nose. Just a little bit here. I don't know how this is gonna work out. And it's so funny that the powder is a lighter shade on the viewfinder than it is. It looks very brown and reddish in my mirror, but it looks very light on the camera. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the bronzer now, and then we'll come back and we'll sweep all this off and see how it looks. All right, guys, let's get into this bronzer. Okay, so we're gonna be using today the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Soft Matte Bronzer. This is the shade 500. This bronzer is supposed to be, it claims to be humidity proof, sweat proof, and waterproof. So this is definitely your summertime bronzer. It comes in 8 shades. I have the shade 500, which is the 7th shade. So there's one shade after this that is 550. I think it's called dark, or it's called deep. This is 500. Let's see. Does it say on here? It doesn't say on here if this is, I know it's 500, but it doesn't say if it's dark or deep. But this was a shade that I felt like would be best for me. I typically go super dark with my bronzers, but I just thought this one would be safer. I didn't want to, go dark. But what I want to do is just show you guys real quick. So about bronzers, I'm comparing this to my One Size bronzer trio. And so this is what I'm hoping it performs like. So if you look at that middle shade, the middle shade here, I was hoping this one would kind of match that. This one seems to be just a little bit, I don't know, lighter than that one. So yeah, I'm hoping. And then I have the Juvia's Place bronzer duo, and this is in the shade tan. And this, I can do nothing with this bronzer. Even the darkest shade here is too light for me. So I do see where the L'Oreal is darker than this, because I cannot use this. So I have high hopes that it looks to be a little bit lighter than my One Size Beauty, but which I love, which is my favorite. But it is darker than my Juvia's Place, which I am happy about. All right, so let's go ahead and just get into the packaging. It has a mirror on the back of it, as you can see. And I really like this mirror. The mirror is very clear, very nice. I love packaging that has mirrors in it. So we're gonna go ahead and just dig into it. I have my brush here. As you can see, ooh, it flies up. A little bit of it kind of popped up. But we're gonna use the mirror. Ooh, let's see, y'all. Let's see, let's see. Can we see it? Well, I have to keep flipping it back. Uh-oh. I definitely see it. Ah, it looks really nice. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Just gonna go across the forehead one more time. But I will say you get a lot of kickback or pickup when you're trying to get it out of the pan. I think I just wiped off all of the Uoma powder. So let's go ahead and try to get some of this. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and start wiping off the Uoma powder. I think most of it just wiped off by itself because it's so light. All right, so I have all of the powder kind of blended in, and just like I do all my other bronzers, I use it as an eyeshadow, and I also use it as a way to kind of carve out my nose sometimes. So we're going to try that today and see if the L'Oreal Infallible lives up to that as well. So let's see. I like the mirror, but I keep having to flip it back and forth. But that's not anything big. Looks pretty good. So we're going to go in and we're going to use it as an eyeshadow as well. So it seems to be going on really nicely. I definitely see it. It's very smooth, but it picks up a lot every time you try to grab some. It has a lot of, I don't know what's that called, flyaway or something like that. Okay. Alright, so I have it on as an eyeshadow. I have it on as a way to contour my nose, and I have it on my face. And first impression is that I really do like it. I do like it. I don't love it as much as I love my One Size Beauty bronze trio, and even my Makeup Revolution bronzer. That's a really good drugstore bronzer as well. But that's another one. It's pressed and I dropped it. Now it's a loose bronzer. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish my face, and I want to come back and just give you guys my final thoughts on both of these products, the Uoma Trippin Smooth Powder and then the L'Oreal 24-Hour Soft Matte Bronzer. Alright guys, I am back with my finished look. Y'all, this has really been a very chaotic behind the scenes on filming this video today. First off, my overuse of the Milk Hydro Grip was probably how I should have been using it. In the past, I would just use a little bit, but today I kind of really put it on. And y'all, it sucked up everything that I put on my face. But my face looks flawless. Everything is super, super smooth. I mean, y'all, that Milk Hydro Grip is one of my top 10 as far as makeup. Also, every time, well, not every time, but sometimes when I do my makeup, one of my eyes will always water. I don't know if it's because I have the fan blowing directly in my face, but this eye really started to watering, and I use my little puff here to kind of pat to absorb the tears that were coming out, and it kind of removes some of my makeup under my eye. I don't know if you guys can see that. I like this eye, but this eye, video. So let's go ahead and get into the details of this Uoma Trippin Smooth Setting Powder. Again, I have the shade Rich Tan. I did purchase my shade from the Uoma Beauty website for $29.50, but it can also be picked up at Ulta for $29.50 as well. Now, I know this brand is also sold on Nordstrom's website, but I don't think I remember seeing the powder. I saw all of the other products, but I don't remember seeing the powder on the Nordstrom website. But if you like to, you can go ahead and check there as well. So because it is sold at Nordstrom and Ulta, I don't know if this is considered a luxury powder or a drug. It's not a drugstore. So I guess it's just high-end powder. Still, it's black owned, woman owned. I didn't know a whole lot about this brand. I saw it here and there, but I really didn't see a lot of people using it. But when I saw people using the setting powder on Instagram, I was like, oh my God, I love a good matte setting powder, and this looked like it would be really fun because of the packaging, and I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. So off the bat, first impression, I love it. I like it. I love it. I'm going to be using it more and more and more. Some of the pros about this powder is the packaging. As you can see, the packaging has this little turntable, and you see the powder in there, and you just twist it, and the more powder comes out. So I love that. I think that's unique. I don't see anybody else using this type of packaging, so that is a thumbs up for me. Let's just go over a couple of details about this product. So this is a multi-use powder. It can be used to bake, set, or prime, depending on, you know, what kind of look you're going for, but it will create a flawless complexion. My complexion is flawless. It is matte, it is set, it looks really good, it is smooth, it is blurred. I am very, very happy. Okay. Also, this is a high resolution powder. It's finely milled, providing a seamless soft matte finish. Yes, it does. But because it is finely milled, I want you guys to really know that this gets into the air. It kind of flies and flows into the air. So if you are applying this powder after you've dressed, it can possibly get onto your clothes. Because it can get into the air, that means you're inhaling the powder. So that's something to be careful about. Let's see. So it's infused with emollients that are known to moisturize to help keep the skin soft, smooth, and never dry. So of course, when I first put this on, my immediate thought was that, oh my God, it's too drying. Because y'all, I'm telling you, it'll suck up the moisture. So if you have oily skin, this is going to be number one for you. It definitely sucks up the oils. It controls that. For dry skin people, you may think in the beginning it's too drying, but just put it on and keep it on, and it will eventually kind of smooth out and moisturize a little bit. As you can see, because of these lights, I'm starting to sweat a little bit. So a little bit of moisture is coming back into my skin, but actually that helps with my makeup look. So even if you think this powder is just too drying, just give it a minute and it's going to show out for you. Definitely. It has a skin loving formula that is talc free and formulated with mushroom extract. So talc free is the main thing about this powder. You guys have heard, I don't know if it's because of, like I said, the Johnson & Johnson thing, but toxic ingredient in a lot of makeup products. So some brands are moving away from that. So in place of the talc, this has the mushroom extract, and it also has silica. And that's something to think about too when you're inhaling. Just be careful and not to inhale, because like I said, this gets into the air, so we're just sucking it all in. So just be careful when you're applying your makeup products not to inhale a lot of the powders and things that we use. So this does come in 4 shades that adjust to any skin tone. I have the shade Rich Deep. I can use that under my eye as well as set my entire face. There's one shade after this one, I think it's called Deep, that is really dark. I believe I could use that one too, as well as the Fair and Honey. I could also use that. So actually you can use all 4 of these shades. If you're my complexion or darker, you can use all 4 of these shades. If you're lighter than me, you may stay, I don't know, you may stay with the Fair and the Honey. I don't know. So, but it has something for everybody. So I do like that. The unique twist to dispense jar makes a mess-free and controlled application, making powder overload a thing of the past. Now this is where I say, I don't know. Even though the packaging is unique and I do love it, when you dispense the powder, again, those fine particles get into the air. And while you are applying the powder, it definitely gets everywhere. I have powder. I wish I could show you guys. I have powder all on my legs. Powder is everywhere. So this powder moves. It gets around. So that's something to think about as well. I do not think it is mess free. I don't think it's mess free. So again, it is vegan, cruelty free, it's talc free, formulated without parabens or fragrance. So that is something to remember. Yeah, so that's basically it. Like I said, you can use this on top of your foundation to set, which is what I did today. If you're an oily girl, you can use this before foundation to prime. And if you want to just really step your makeup look up, you can use the makeup to bake. All right. So overall, I love this powder. I'm going to continue to use it. I'm just going to be mindful not to inhale. I'm going to be mindful of how it gets around. I actually may order the honey. I'm just about out of my Laura Mercier, so I think I'm going to replace the Laura Mercier with this powder. We'll see. All right, so let's get into this bronzer. All right. So I did apply, after I clicked off the camera, I did apply a little bit more bronzer. I just wanted it to show up a little bit more. But let's go ahead and just get into this. So this is the L'Oreal 24-Hour Freshware Bronzer. It is a soft matte bronzer. It comes in 8 shades. I have the shade 500. There's one shade after this, which is the, so I have this is 500 dark. The next shade after this is 550 deep dark. This is a lightweight bronzer that instantly gives skin a gorgeous sun-kissed glow. The soft powder formulation is waterproof, sweat-proof, transfer-proof, heat-proof, and non-comedogenic. So y'all, this is, that's a lot. That's a big claim for a drugstore foundation. Now L'Oreal is a drugstore foundation. L'Oreal is a drugstore brand, but it's kind of like on the high end of the drugstore brands. I picked this up from Amazon for $12. It is $15.99 on the L'Oreal website. I believe you can get it maybe $14.99 at a drugstore or even on Ulta. Don't quote me, but I think so. I am on the website now and it's $15.99. So this is a bronzer. It says it's suitable for all skin types. It's dermatologist tested. It's humidity proof with no oily feel. I will attest to that. This feels very, very matte. It's a very soft powder. Let's see. Yeah, so just show you again. I know you guys saw it in the beginning, but it's a very soft powder. It looks natural, never cakey. Comes in 8 lightweight shades for a variety of skin tones. It's breathable, weightless, for an all-day comfortable wear. So I will say this is very lightweight. This would be one of my everyday bronzers. I like the One Size Beauty, which I feel like the One Size Beauty is just a richer formula. And I'm comparing it to that because that is right now my favorite bronzer. This, you have to, if you really want to see it, you're going to have to pack it on. You're going to have to, you know, put it on. So that's what I did today. I packed it on, as you can see. And overall, I do like it. I'm glad I do have this in my collection when I don't want to go so highly pigmented like the One Size Beauty. I can just pick something that's a little bit more natural, a little bit more everyday like. I like that it is very warm. This 500 shade is very warm. So yes, I think it's perfect for me. I think if I would have went with the 550, it would have been a little bit too deep, and that's not what I was looking for. I like the packaging. The packaging, some people say that it's kind of hard to get into, but it's cool. It's plastic. I just mainly like that it has a mirror on the bottom. I like the mirror, and because it's a very clear mirror, I like that. And let's see. Yeah, so flipping back and forth, I kind of don't like that, but I do like the fact that it has a mirror on the bottom of it. The only thing I would say about this is when you do dip into it, it picks up. You have a lot of pickup, so you'll find yourself just blowing a lot of it away. So you're just blowing away a lot of product, but you'll have to do that. Again, can get kind of messy. It can get kind of messy if you're constantly digging into it and it's picking up. So that is one of the downsides for this bronzer, but it's not a deal breaker. I definitely will continue to use this. L'Oreal is typically not on my radar when it comes to makeup products, but I'm gonna have to look into that Infallible line. They have a liquid foundation, a concealer, and then they have a powder foundation. Now the powder foundation went viral on TikTok. I don't know, I may try it too just to see how it works with the bronzer. But yeah, so yeah, I like the bronzer. I like my face overall today, and I'm not going anywhere, so this is just a first impression of these two products. I'm going to continue to use them, and we'll see, you know, how they work out as we move along in our makeup journey. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I really appreciate it. I feel a little bit chaotic because there's some chaos behind the scenes, mainly with that Uoma powder. It spilled everywhere. I have it all on my hands. My nail popped off. My press-on nails, one of them popped off. I don't know where it went. My eye started watering. It wouldn't stop. Let's see. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But overall, I think my face looks really nice today, and I'm really I feel cute. I feel cute. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my day started. Let me know down below what you guys think about these two products. I'm gonna continue to use them, so you'll probably see me talking about them again. This was just a first impression, and y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, comment down below. I cannot talk today. Comment down below and let me know what you think about the Uoma Trippin Smooth Powder. It definitely had me tripping. It definitely had me tripping. I'm tripping, y'all. So I'm gonna be continue to using it. Oh, that was bad English. I'm gonna be continuing to use it. That was terrible. I'm gonna continue to use it. Also with the L'Oreal bronzer, I think it's a great everyday kind of light bronzer. If you're not looking for something that is, you know, real pow in your face like the One Size Beauty, I'm gonna be using this every day too. Well, in my everyday makeup looks. So yeah, let me know what you think. All right guys, don't forget to like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, you can thumbs down, that's fine too. But subscribe if you have not done so. If you're just looking for a place to, you know, get some makeup inspiration, look at some reviews, kind of figure out what you want to use in your makeup routine, definitely consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.